Yo, this Real Talk E. Welcome to the locker room where we talk nothing but basketball. If you want to be part of the locker room, you obviously have to be part of the team. In order for you to be part of the team, you have to subscribe and share the videos and not only be part of the team in the locker room, but to also be a part of our daily basketball conversations so that you don't miss nights of basketball like this. Now, I missed a couple of games I didn't talk about, so this time we're going to speak about the last couple of games that happened. First of all, let's start off with our Lakers Warriors game. Well, games, honestly. First game was great. I mean, it was back and forth. It was a super close game. There was runs, from both teams. Anthony Davis came out and I believe he had 35 points, like 23 boards. I mean, he had his mind made up and he came out to play. And this is the Anthony Davis that I like watching. This is the Anthony Davis that the Lakers gonna have to have every single night for them to win against this Warriors team. And I love when AD plays like this. I mean, he came out, had like 4 blocks, 23 boards, dominated the game from all aspects, and then got the scoring, got doing his thing, just like getting to the basket, being unstoppable. He knows that the Warriors have nobody to stop him. They cannot guard him. Looney's too slow. Draymond is too little. And then everybody else, they're all too little to guard Anthony Davis. And first game, he came out, he's performing. LeBron did his thing. D'Angelo Russell played some of his best basketball. He missed a couple of layups at the basket. I know. But when it mattered the most, he came through, and so did the rest of the Lakers team. They made threes when it mattered, and the Warriors. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. This team is so hard to beat in one game. The Lakers had to do everything right, and they still barely won the game. They almost lost it. In the fourth quarter, Steph Curry came back, and the Warriors go on like a 13-0 run, and they tied the game. And LeBron did his thing after that, but they won a 13-0 run, and AD was tired. He played the whole second half, so he could not be active on scoring and on defense. So when it came down to the offensive side, he started, taking a break, taking that time to rest and stuff like that. When it came down to the defensive side, he was trying to lock in, but the Warriors were hot. I mean, they had Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Jordan Poole hit 6 threes each. That is 18 threes. Mind you, I don't think the Warriors shot a single free throw that game. AD and LeBron and the entire Lakers team shot a lot of free throws compared to the Warriors. And this is how this series is going to be, because the Warriors, they give up a lot of points at the free throw line because they foul a lot, but they don't get to the free throw line themselves as often as their opponent. Now, they also take a lot of threes. The Lakers give up a lot of threes, and they don't make a lot of threes as well. So this series is gonna be one to be like by the free throw line and the 3-point shots, because we come out to the second game, and this is when the Warriors basically made some adjustments and they won this game by a lot. I mean, the first quarter was cool, whatever. The second quarter, I think they put up 41, and then the third quarter they put up 43. Might have been the other way around. I don't remember. But it was a beatdown. Like, the Warriors just came out and they just brought it to the Lakers. Just started punching first. They won the game, and in the end of the third quarter, I think it was, the Warriors were up by 26 points, brought it up to 30, 33, and then the Lakers fought back, brought it down to 26, 28, and then in the fourth quarter, I clicked off the game, and I'm pretty sure none of the starters on each team played. I'm pretty sure the game was over, but today, on Saturday, is game 3 between these two. Now, the series is tied 1-1. Lakers still won at the Chase Center. Now, the Lakers need to defend both games here at the Staples Center, well, the Crypto.com arena, in order for them to really have an advantage over the Warriors. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I feel like The Lakers have a good chance to win today, but I feel like it's a Warriors game. It's a Warriors game. It might be close or Lakers win. And the next game, I got the Warriors. I'm not gonna lie to ya. I don't think the Warriors are gonna go without stealing one in the Lakers' home. It's just not happening. Not this series. I'm sorry, it's just not happening. And then on top of that, back to game two. The main reason why the Warriors won, they were led by Klay Thompson, who had 30 points. I believe he hit like 8 or 10 threes. Something like that, like 8 to 10, which is insane. And it's kind of exciting to see that he's back, but it's also kind of scary because it kind of gives the vibes like the Warriors are going to go back to the NBA Finals, and if they do, they're going to win NBA championship again. Now, am I mad at that? No, not really. I mean, I'm past the part of being mad at the Warriors for being great. I'm really just enjoying the moment, enjoying basketball. But I do want some diversity in the winners in the league. Like the last couple of years have been great. I would like if this year someone new won it. And then our next group of games to talk about, the Heat go up against the Knicks. And obviously, these are two big cities, two great teams going up against each other. And I know on paper it does not look like that. It looks like it's a 5 versus 8. But they're two great teams, respectively. And first game, Jimmy Butler's playing. They win the game. The Heat win. Knicks lose. Knicks did not have enough. I think Julius Randle did not even play the first game. But then the second game comes, and Randle's here, and Jimmy Butler's out. I think he like tweaked his ankle or something in game one. I remember he was hobbled for a while, but he pulled off game one. Game two, I thought that he was gonna pull it off too. The way he was looking the whole game, like the first 3 quarters, some parts of the fourth, I thought that he got it. But out of nowhere, bro, I'm telling you, bro, when the Knicks need a bucket, Jalen Brunson cannot miss. All of a sudden, he becomes a 100% shooter from everywhere on the court. When the Knicks need it the most, every time I've watched the Knicks, it feels like Jalen Brunson and especially Emmanuel Quickley, those two I feel like just don't miss. When it's time to perform, they perform. And then when the Heat try to fight back, it's like those two just come down and they just hit one shot and it feels so devastating. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I got Heat in 6. But the Knicks do have a chance, bro. They're really good. If Jimmy Butler's back, I got Heat in 6. If Jimmy Butler's not back, I got Knicks in like 5. And Julius Randle came out last game and he performed. I mean, coming off an ankle injury, I think he sat out like 2 games, or 3, and come out. I don't remember his exact stat line, but he had like a 20-something point game. I don't remember if he had a double or triple double, but he was doing great. Josh Hart had a triple double. That was insane to me. And he was playing hard. He was playing defense, doing what he does, but it was just so. I don't know if it was magnified or if it was on another level, but Josh Hart came out and he was performing. Like, really showing up. And before I get into our next group of games, let's talk about some things that's being said by really big analysts. Let's go a little bit away from the games and then come back to the games. So we had Stephen A. Smith ask the question, is it time to start saying or asking the question that is Steph Curry the best point guard of all time? Or can he be considered or argued for being the best point guard of all time? And in my opinion, yes. I actually think Steph Curry is the best point guard of all time. Why? Because what other point guard elevated the game as much as Steph Curry, won as much as Steph Curry, is able to change his game, you know, as much as Steph Curry, depending on what the team needs. Game 2, Steph had like 12 assists, 10 assists, I believe. Game 1, he had like 30 points. Game 7 against the Kings, he had 50 points. Put the team on his shoulders. He's able to change his game and adapt to whatever the team needs from him. And he always performs. Yes, he has a couple of bad games here and there, but he's most of the time he's there. He's always performing. So how can you possibly put another point guard over Steph Curry? There's some great point guards, historical point guards. One of them is still playing right now, Chris Paul. But they don't compete to Steph. Steph not only changed the game for how point guards should play, but for how everybody plays. We got centers, the 5 position, the big man. They have to shoot threes in order for them to be playable. They have to be able to guard the threes for them to be playable. And why is that? Because of Steph Curry. He came out and he started shooting the three and made the 3-point shot so important that sometimes you see players take 15 shots, all of them from 3, and basically lose the game because of the 3-point shot. Sometimes players will get to the fourth quarter and try to get a knockout punch with a 3-point shot, because most of the time it works. But when it doesn't, it looks disgusting. It looks ugly. Because they're not Steph Curry. But they all play like that because of Steph Curry. So in my opinion, anything that any other point guard has over Steph Curry, you could say defense, but even his defense has gotten better over the years, especially the last, 2-3 years since he's came back from his hand injury. He's gotten better. Obviously not the greatest defender. He's not the best, defender in the guard position, but he's gotten better. So there's not much that any other point guard has over him, but is a lot that he has over every other point guard. And if you compare him to anybody, he has something huge over any of them. Chris Paul. Steph Curry can shoot better, and he can pass, and he has like 4 rings. Possibly could get his 5th this season. He's always on the court when the team needs him. Go down the list. Nobody in the point guard position is better than Steph. Steph Curry is the best all-time point guard, and nobody's going to admit it now, but once he retires, everybody's going to say it. I promise you. Anyways, next series, Celtics go up against the Sixers. Game 1, the Sixers just brought it to the Celtics. I mean, they came out, they performed, they won the game. James Harden had a historical night, tied his playoff career high of 45 points, played some of his best basketball. Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris came out. They did their thing. They performed. They showed up. And then game 2 and game 3, James Harden been playing terrible. I mean, yesterday he was like 1 for 9 before he made like a shot or 2 after that. So I think he went like 2 for 10, 3 for 11, something like that. It was terrible. Joel Embiid kept bringing them back, especially like in the second, I think it was, in the third quarter as well. He kept bringing them back. He kept trying. But obviously, he's his second game back. He's not in the best shape. His stamina is not always there. He's losing his breath. He got tired. He had to sit out. And after that, the Celtics just performed. And Jaylen Brown, bro, I'm telling you, he's the most valuable piece to this Celtics team. Without him, they don't have a chance to be this far at all. In my opinion, I think that Celtics should make sure they keep Jaylen Brown happy no matter what. Because game 2 and game 3, he guarded James Harden, and he even picked up Joel Embiid sometimes. Just let him know, like, oh, I'm here. Like, you going to feel me. And then he still came out and scored and performed on the other end. And how the hell can you not appreciate somebody like that? Now the Celtics up 2-1. Philly's not out of it. The next game, I think, is in Philadelphia. They have a chance to tie it and then go back to Boston. And then whatever happens over there happens. But Joel Embiid, I'm not going to lie, in order for this Sixers team to win, they need him to be dominant. Not in spurts, but the entire game. James Harden, in order for this team to win, they need him to score. Tyrese Maxey, he needs to be the supersonic, very speedy, electrifying player that he is. He can't settle for 3-point shots all the time. It was bad last night. George Niang was like their best scorer after Joel Embiid, it looked like. It was really, really sad. It was depressing. It was devastating. Sixers need to be better. I hope they figure it out. I want this series to actually be good. Because the West series have been good. The Knicks Heat series looked like it has potential to be good. We have to see both teams at full strength without Julius Randle having the ankle injury and Jimmy Butler having the ankle injury. And speaking about the West teams and series being great, we have the Suns and the Nuggets go up against each other last night. Now the Suns were down 2-0 before this game. First game, Chris Paul played. Second game, I believe he got injured. Yes, he got injured in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left. Suns up by 8. He gets injured. Suns lose that game. Now, after that, I was like, yeah, there's no way the Suns have a chance to win. Why? Because I don't know what direction Monty Williams is going to go. Honestly, I don't think the team is the problem. I think it's the coach. He is so scared to put players in that came to the team. Like TJ Warren, why hasn't he been a huge part of the offense? Why is Landry Shamet taking minutes over TJ Warren, who has proven himself not only on the Suns in the past, but in the league? I know it's the bubble, but come on, but he got injured. Like, give him a chance. He can score. He was scoring before the bubble. Terrence Ross, we got him for offense. Why isn't he touching the court? Both of those guys are better than Landry Shamet. Why is Landry Shamet getting minutes? And then you have, the Nuggets just going insane, bro. Jamal Murray could not miss a shot in the first half, bro. And in the third quarter, he just could not miss. It was like so heartbreaking to watch. Every time the Suns scored yesterday in the third quarter and the first 2 quarters of the game as well, it's like Jamal Murray just came back and just hit a shot. And every single time I said, damn, I miss Mikal Bridges. I miss him, bro, because he was the main guy in guarding players like Jamal Murray. And he used to do a good job at that. A great job at that. And now we don't have that. Now there's nobody to stay in front of him. And the Suns looked like they were going to lose. But yesterday, no matter what the Nuggets had, no matter what they threw at the Suns had a response for them. Every single time. And you know what was their response? Devin Booker's 47 points and KD's 39 points. 86 points combined. Now, what if I told you that Kevin Durant shot 15, I think, out of the Phoenix Suns' 17 free throws? And who shot the other 2? Devin Booker at the end of the game just to seal the game. Now, how does that make sense to you? How? Somebody please explain to me. It does not make any sense. Devin Booker took 25 shots in the paint. You telling me he didn't get fouled a single time? You telling me you couldn't get to the free throw line a single time? The man put up 45 points without a single free throw. What other player in the league is doing that besides Steph Curry? What other player in the league is doing that? Not a single one. Refs need to be better, bro. I am sick and tired of the Suns not shooting free throws. It does not make sense. We always say, oh, this player flops, this player does this. Okay, so what happens when the team doesn't flop? Why don't we call the foul for them? How come they don't go to the free throw line? Because the refs are not going to call it unless you flop 30 million times. And they get a couple of technicals and they argue a couple of times. Or they're not going to call nothing. 25 shots in the paint. And they say he didn't get fouled a single time. Somebody please make it make sense. Because it doesn't make sense to me. At all. At all. And yesterday was some of Monty Williams' best coaching I've seen. I want to give him credit because I was scared going into this game because of his coaching. But the way he mixed up the offense and defense, the way he gave TJ Warren a chance and Terrence Ross a chance. Now, those two guys are terrible at defense. So, he's trying to put them in that spurt so for them to score and then take them out and put, like, I don't know, Josh Okogie or Jock Landale or somebody for defense. And it came out. It worked really, really good, and they performed. And on top of that, Jock Landale was amazing last night. I mean, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, staying up with Jokic, making sure the Nuggets feel him. They know he's there. They know his presence. They couldn't take possessions off. I mean, because DeAndre Ayton was playing too damn soft. I am sick and tired of DeAndre Ayton. I don't know why the hell he's even on the court. Like, for what? Why is DeAndre Ayton even on the court? To just run around? So many times yesterday where he couldn't score, comes down the other end, gets a rebound, and then they just turns over the ball, and then the Nuggets score. So many mistakes, playing too soft. You are 7 foot, like 265, 250. Why are you playing that soft? It does not make sense to me. Everybody else came out, did their thing, except him. Cameron Payne, I expect him to be better. I'm not gonna lie to you, but he did decent coming out to, take place for Chris Paul, and hopefully the Suns can take Game 4, bro. 2-2, go back to Denver, and then Game 5 will be the split. I hope this series ends in 6-7. Really 6, please not 7. I know the Suns not gonna do good if it goes 7. Please 6 in Phoenix. Suns win. That would be great. But it's the playoffs, man. This is what happens. It's what you gotta do, man. Like, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant have not sat really this entire playoffs. Yesterday they didn't sit as much neither. They sat here and there just to get a little break and come back in and get back to business. Which is actually kind of scary, but we'll see what happens, man. But anyways, it's time for y'all to let me know what y'all think down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is Real Talk with E, and it's time to leave the locker room. I'm going to catch y'all. Safety.
Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
The officials have to review it. And the Lakers win the game. Banks it in. He banks in the three.
To win it. Good. That's why he's NBA All-Defensive Team. Adebayo, sky high with the block and rejection.
This is for the win. Got it. Wow.
At 7, working against Butler, got down.